Okay, I got out here and got my 17 down, and I've got two different bullets here. One of them's a Hornady, one's a Winchester. The Winchesters are 20 grain bullets, and it's actually a little hollow point. And the Hornadys are like a little plastic tip on them. The Hornadys do fly a little faster, but they're lighter, so they fly 2,550 foot per second, and the Winchesters are at 2,075 at a 20 grain bullet. So you got, I don't know which one would actually be the best. There's the difference in them. One's plastic tip, and there's the little hollow point in there. So I don't know really which one. I really haven't done a lot of research, and really don't care to. All I care is I mean, I know that my scope is set for the plastic tip ones, for the 17 grain. These are probably going to shoot a little bit lower. I'm probably going to go, I only had a box of these that I got, someone had gave me. I've only got a few, I don't know, about a little over half a box left. This is what I'm going to start buying, so I'm probably going to go in and go ahead and set the gun up for these little hollow points. I don't know if anybody's got any suggestions to maybe why I should use these Hornadys over the Winchester. Maybe you can. I know that my son-in-law, he's thinking about getting a 17 too, so maybe we could both set two of them up for two different bullets. Right now I've just got these two. This thing is a Mossberg, but it's I mean it's a nice gun. I'll show it to you. It says Mossberg right there. And it's an 817, and it's got a really nice scope on it. It's got a Bushnell scope. It's a 3x9x32, and on the barrel here, I'll just read it. It says imported by Mossberg International Incorporated, North Haven, Connecticut, and it says .17 HMR caliber only, made in Brazil by CBC, model 817. So it's not made here in the United States. When I bought, well, actually I didn't buy it. My kids bought it for me for last Christmas. That's what they bought me. I was wanting a little Ruger 1022, and I really love that this bullet flies as fast as it does, and it's almost like a sniper rifle. I really haven't shot a squirrel with it yet. I do a little bit of squirrel hunting, and I usually use just a little 410 single shot. I'm going to try and give this a try, but I want to get somewhere where I know there's no one around, because this bullet does fly so fast, and it will fly so far. I think the range, I can't remember, I read the range on these things. It's like 4 miles. If you shoot it, at a 45-degree angle, I think it can travel up to 4 miles. Maybe, I don't know, I read it somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it was on the back of an ammunition box or not. It may have been on a website somewhere, but and it may not be true. But I know a 22 round, they do say goes 2 miles. So on the back of some of the packaging on them, on the old packaging, the long rifle. So yeah, I want to make sure I get somewhere where there ain't nobody standing, way on down range that I can't see. And if it was to snake its way through and hit somebody, nothing in the world would be no worse. So yeah, there it is. It's a little bolt action. It's got I think a 7-round clip, if best my memory is. I want to try and get some better clips for it. I hadn't really looked for any yet, but it's got the little bolt action, and I mean it's not the smoothest action in the world, but I mean if you want to do it quick, if if you got it right up next to you, I mean, you can move it. I mean, I've only shot like 7 or 8 shots to it so far, so enough just to set the scope in. I got them to bore sight it, brought it home, took 7 rounds to put it on target at 100 yards. So I thought that was pretty good bore sighting by Academy. The scope came off of my nephew's gun, his 7 mag. He bought a 44 Magnum, and I traded him this scope for a Tasco Red Dot, and he put it on his AR. So kind of pretty decent trade-off. I mean, this scope probably was cheaper than the scope I gave him, but it was my nephew. So, but yeah, that's it. I bought it because if things hit the fan, or if we get a world without rule of law, it may be one of those weapons that you need. It's quiet, could be suppressed if it needed to be. The only thing I didn't, it would have been nice if it would have had it threaded on the outside of the barrel and had like a little flash suppressor. Just something to where if you did want to suppress it, you'd have the threads already there. I may check out and see if I can get a gun shop and go ahead and get a license for it and get a suppressor. The only thing is, I don't know how much you can suppress it with the speed of the bullet. It may, because most of them want you to use subsonic bullets to help suppress it even more. I don't know. I may be able to talk to somebody and find out that I can get one and get it at a pretty decent, price and get all the licensing and all for it and do pretty good. I don't understand why it's such a big deal to suppress a gun. If you're going to shoot it, you're going to shoot it. The only thing that suppressing it does is, well, we say suppress, it may be silence, or whichever one you want to use. The only thing that does is gives you a tactical advantage. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I would, I don't need it suppressed unless we got into a point of, if we did, have something really bad happen to the government and there wasn't nobody out there to protect you, then that would be giving me a tactical advantage, just like our guys over in Iraq having a tactical advantage by having night vision. I mean, I hope that it never comes down to that, but I do have the gun, and just in case it does. Like I say, I do have a 7 mag. It's a Winchester. If I want to reach out there and go 1,000 yards, that's the gun I'm going to use. This is going to be a 200 or 300 yard gun. Probably closer to 300 yards is probably as much as I'm going to get out of it. I don't know. I may can get further. I don't know. I don't want to set the scope up for 300 yards and then find that, and I mean, it'll probably do the job. I mean, a 22 will do the job at 300 yards, but it's probably going to get so far. I'll probably set it up, right now it's set up for 100 yards. I may go to 150 yards. And that'll give me all the way down to 100 yards, all the way up to, 250 to 300 yards would be the max. The scope, once you get past that, the scope gets to where you can't see enough to make out what you're going to do. I'm by no means a sniper, but I can hold my own shooting. That is, if I'm laying down, and I ain't going to freehand it at 200 yards, I may could hit something at 200 yards propping on a tree. But, I do okay. I hold my own on shooting. I've never really shot in no competitions or nothing, but I have made some pretty good shots on deer at pretty good distances. So, well, there it is. The Mossberg 17. It's just, I mean, a sweet little shooting gun. It's the 817 with the Bushnell scope on it. I am impressed with it as fast as I did set it in, because once I set it in, it took me about 4 bullets to actually pull up on target. And the other rounds that I put, 3 more, I put them within a dime's distance in a circle, about the size of a dime. And that's at 100 yards. And that wasn't a gun buy, so I did have it put in a gun buy sitting there on the picnic table. So I did have an advantage there. But it is, I mean, I don't know about any of the other 17s. I know that there's some higher ones out there. There's some with stainless steel barrels. I wish this one did have the stainless steel barrel, but it's got the coating on it, so I just keep some gun lube on it, and it'll take care of its own. But if you are looking for one, these Mossbergs are really accurate. I mean, I was surprised to sit there and put 3 bullets, and it may have been smaller than a dime. I could just barely see where one bullet went through where the other bullet had just went. So it just kind of clipped it and made a moon shape on it, and then the other one was maybe a dime's width over. And I mean, that could have been me flinching just a little bit as I pulled the trigger. So I'm going to get it out, take it, and I've got a field. I'm going to shoot it at 200 yards and see how much difference at 200 and 100 is. If it's close at 200, then I'm going to leave it. And if anything, I'll make it shoot high at 100. And then when it gets out to about 250 to 300, it'll shoot just a little bit low. We'll find out. I haven't really tested enough. I really hadn't had a place long enough to shoot, because most ranges around here are only close to 100 yards. I mean, my sister just bought a piece of property about a year ago, and the field that was there, they cut the I guess the hay or straw, whatever was on it. I guess it was hay. They finally cut it off, so now I can get down there and set up and get on her porch and sit there and get some shots off and see. I'm thinking it's close to right at 300 yards. I hadn't measured it yet, but it's a long ways that I'll be able to shoot. So I'll find out how accurate it is. Alright, well, y'all have a good one.